My Milika might throw a plate at me if I forget to buy bread, but when a neighbor tried to take my parking spot, she made him apologize so profusely that I actually felt sorry for the guy," admits Hans, a 62-year-old Austrian who recently moved to Belgrade and married a local woman. His story is a classic example of the Balkan marriage paradox for older men. On one hand, you have domestic storms over trivial matters. On the other, an ironclad defense of the husband against the outside world. This contrast is exactly what attracts European retirees who are tired of predictable relationships with submissive compatriots. They realize that a quiet old age alone with the TV is not what the male soul truly wants. It craves fire, passion, and the absolute certainty that the person standing behind you is ready to do anything for you. This readiness isn't shown in words, but in actions that sometimes seem harsh but are always unconditional. For a man who has lived his whole life on a strict schedule, this display of raw power is a breath of fresh air, a return to genuine, unfiltered emotions. Behind the phenomenal loyalty of Serbian women lies a centuries-old history of survival at the crossroads of cultures and empires. The national trait of inat is a special kind of stubbornness, doing something purely in spite of the circumstances. By the way, if you also do things in spite of the circumstances and love honest, unvarnished stories, subscribe to the channel. There is already too much plastic fake in the world, so let's stick together. Hit that button and let's continue. If the whole world is against your marriage, a true Serbian woman won't back down. On the contrary, she will defend it with double the fierce intensity. This isn't blind submission, but the conscious choice of a strong personality, rooted in a deep sense of self-worth and an understanding of what truly matters.
In a traditional Yugoslav family, which many of our older readers might compare to the conservative households of the mid-20th century, the home has always been a fortress. The woman is its ultimate guardian. She creates the comfort, but the moment danger strikes, she turns into an impenetrable wall. Loyalty here is akin to a duty of honor, an internal code that is stronger than any external threat. Take, for example, the marriage of the famous film director Emir Kusturica and his wife, Maya. They went from absolute poverty to global fame. Maya wasn't just standing by his side, she became his producer and his fiercest defender, the very embodiment of inat in action, refusing to let hardships destroy their union. Her support was never passive, it was active, creative, and uncompromising, which is the true essence of a Serbian partnership. This loyalty takes an interesting form, a cult of public respect for the husband. Even if passions boil behind closed doors, in public, a Serbian wife will never allow herself to humiliate or criticize her spouse. To her, he is the face of the family, and his authority must remain unshakable. This goes completely against the Western European trend of airing relationship dirty laundry in public or constantly visiting couples therapists. Old-fashioned virtues are still valued here. The man is the head of the family, and the woman is the neck. But who actually rules this union? There is a myth about the dominant Balkan man, a stern lord of the house. The reality is far more fascinating. On the surface, everything might look deeply patriarchal. The husband sits at the head of the table, is the first to taste the food, and raises the first toast. However, all strategic decisions, moving, major purchases, raising children, are made in the kitchen during long conversations over a cup of coffee. The woman here is not a quiet executor, but a wise advisor and the actual strategist who guides, persuades, and shapes the consensus.
The famous Serbian writer Momo Koper accurately noted that the true power in Serbia belongs not to politicians, but to mothers and wives. This power isn't advertised, but it is palpable in every detail of daily life, in every significant family initiative. This hidden matriarchy comes with a price: zero tolerance for deceit and weakness. European men, accustomed to soft compromises, are often stunned by the blunt directness of Serbian wives. The logic of, "I'll think about it tomorrow," or "it will sort itself out eventually," doesn't work here. A Serbian woman lives by the principle, "I said it and that's final." Crossing her personal boundaries or lying to her will trigger a literal storm. She won't silently harbor grudges. She will air her grievances immediately, loudly, and passionately. This might manifest in breaking dishes and loud arguments, but it is always honest and direct.
Such straightforwardness, though it seems dangerous, is actually a form of deep respect. She doesn't play games or manipulate you with the silent treatment. Her emotions are an indicator of the relationship's health. If she's screaming, it means she still cares. Indifference would be far more terrifying. Unlike Western couples, where conflict is often suppressed and then extinguished in a therapist's office, here everything pours out like a thunderstorm, so that afterward you can sit down at the table under a clear sky. It's a fire safety system for marriage. Small sparks are put out immediately, preventing a massive blaze. Furthermore, she is the family's chief accountant, the keeper of all keys and passwords. The husband might be the nominal owner of a business, but it is the wife who knows where every single dinar went and why they can't buy new tools this month. She is the strategist, and he is the tactician. And if he tries to challenge this unspoken contract, he will face not a hysterical fit, but cold, ironclad logic that simply cannot be argued with.
But why does this seemingly complex relationship model become an elixir of youth for men in their 50s and 60s? The answer lies in simple things: the taste of homemade sarma and a constant light dose of adrenaline. Life with a Serbian wife doesn't let you relax or slip into senile apathy. She restores your vitality, forces you to keep your back straight, take care of yourself, and live up to her high standards. It is the perfect barter of mature age. The man provides the woman with a sense of security, stability, and honesty, and in return, she gifts him an escape from boredom, loneliness, and the aging of the soul. The house is filled not just with coziness, but with a tangible, burning care. The aroma of freshly baked gibanica, cheese pie, the bitter scent of turska kafa, Turkish coffee, that starts every morning, noisy feasts with relatives. All this weaves a dense fabric of life, where there is no room for emptiness. Every day becomes significant, filled with meaning and emotions, even if they are sometimes turbulent. In some small German town, Hans's elderly friends are passing their days in loneliness. In the Serbian city of Novi Sad, where an entire community of German and Italian retirees has relocated, life is in full swing. They aren't just husbands anymore. They have become men again. Men who need to be fought for, who are sources of pride, and who, at the end of the day, can be scolded for taking the trash out late. This feeling of being needed and plugged into a real, not decorative life is the best vaccine against old age. It awakens the instincts of a protector and provider that have long laid dormant in a comfortable but lonely European retirement. Let's be honest, could you handle this kind of volcanic passion in exchange for absolute loyalty? Or do you prefer quiet compromises? Let me know in the comments what you think the secret to a long marriage is. And hit the like button if you've ever encountered true female enot.
So, should you fear the fire of the Balkan character? Probably not. You should respect it. A Serbian wife is a kind of mirror. She returns to the man exactly the attitude she receives from him. Honesty and respect breed unprecedented loyalty and a readiness to move mountains. Coldness and lies breed a justified and immediate storm. Her danger is the guarantee that she actually cares about you. It is the price for that unbreakable devotion that every man, regardless of age, secretly dreams of deep down. This is exactly the kind of love, devoid of fake pleasantries and gray areas, that European men find in Serbian women. And this is exactly what makes their union so strong and rejuvenating. The cult of the hearth for Serbian women isn't just a beautiful metaphor. It is a true philosophy of life expressed through action. For a European man of a certain age, who has spent most of his life in corporate offices and restaurants, this is a revelation. Coming home doesn't just smell like food. It smells like care, invested labor, and attention to detail. The famous sarma, stuffed cabbage rolls, or gibanica, isn't just a dish. It is a multi-year recipe passed down from generation to generation, a symbol of continuity and respect for tradition. Preparing such meals requires time, patience, and mastery, qualities that Serbian women also value in their husbands. Through this care for the home and the dinner table, they broadcast their love and strengthen family bonds, creating a solid foundation that holds everything else up. This cult of food and hospitality has deep social roots.
During the hard times of Balkan conflicts and economic crises, the kitchen became the absolute center of family life, a place where one could forget about hardships and share the joy of human connection. For an elderly European who might have lost touch with such simple but vital rituals, this is a return to his roots, to what truly matters in life.
He learns to value moments again, not just results, the process, not just the goal. They regain a role, a purpose, and passion. Therefore, the relocation of European retirees to Serbia is far from just a search for a cheaper cost of living. It is a conscious escape to chase genuine emotions. They trade the comfort and predictability of Europe for the brightness, passion, and occasional unpredictability of Balkan life, and many find that it is a more than fair trade. Ultimately, they exchange a measured existence for a full-blooded life, with all its colors, noise, and warmth, which for many turns out to be the best deal they've ever made.